Hey, this is Mateo Lane.
I'm Emma Willman.
And this is Inside the Closet.
Inside the Closet.
Emma, you look pensive.
Yeah. You know.
You have a lot on your mind.
Yeah,
I'm literally texting my boyfriend. That's right.
That's great.
Boyfriend.
I'm
for the
trying
updated personas out there.
How does it feel to say boyfriend? Does it feel good?
Yeah, it feels really good.
I'm trying to figure out if I can block someone on Gmail so I can not get emails from my ex-girlfriend.
Why is your ex-girlfriend texting you?
Well, I'm friends with a lot of exes, but it's the ex that I still am kind of friends with and have to remain friends with because she works in the business. So we're going to always have to be friends.
Oh, is this the ex that you were living with?
Yeah, and all of her stuff is still at my apartment. So she finally has a room in Park Slope, but she's out of the country at the moment. So my good friend was like, why don't you, get her stuff out while she's gone since she's never doing it? And I was like, you're a genius. So I messaged her and was like, hey, I'm going to help you move your stuff because it's tons of books, tons of clothes, all this stuff. And I was like, that's such a good idea because it's gives bad energy having it there. And it's been months. When
you get that out, even
exactly.
An object. Honestly,
so many objects. I mean,
and one object can remind you of that person.
I have high heels everywhere. Those are my shoes. I couldn't have some girl one over and then have them be like, whose girl one shoes are those? But
I'll be honest. You know something that you and I share? Because I did drag the other day. Not real drag. I mean, I don't do drag. I have no interest in doing drag. So I don't want to be one of those people that's like, I'm a drag queen, but
right.
They're not. That's why I'm saying it. Obviously, I don't care. I love people who do drag. I also, let me just say this real quick.
It's an art.
It is. And I don't
art.
understand the people who say they wouldn't date someone who does drag. That bothers
weird.
me, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Well, maybe it's like me saying, I don't think I could date someone that did comedy because the act of doing stand-up to me is such a masculine act that in my brain I'm like, I don't think I would date someone to do that. But never say never. You never know.
Well,
Anaya Johnson's
true.
Pretty cute. So maybe that's what
I don't
mean.
know. I think it's stupid when people say that. But anyways, I'm not a drag queen. I don't have what it takes. And the thing I share with you is I don't like wearing makeup. Or heels.
Well, you know what's fun? I hate heels. Heels, no way. Makeup, I've gotten more into when they were doing my makeup. When I started seeing how my makeup would look when I would have a makeup artist do it. It's such a cool thing to just be glowing and healthy.
See, I never think I look good in makeup.
Okay,
I always feel like because I have kind of rosy cheeks, which I used to hate, but now I kind of like.
And you look healthy. For me, when I go into makeup, I'm like, just make me look healthy. You naturally look healthy.
You look healthy. I don't look healthy.
I got makeup on right now.
I have that Italian skin where I look seasick.
You don't.
Yes, I do.
You
it's
really don't.
red around my eyes and I'm seasick.
It's not true.
Emma, you literally, I walked in and you said, did you just throw up?
No, that's not true. He is making
and then she physically struck me, but we're not going to talk about that.
Shut up about that.
Well, it happened.
Also with this ex, it was interesting too because, this was the first time I was ever in a relationship where it was never too much, but the ex would hit me in the arm a bunch. And it's interesting. It's what's the line when it's the girl one doing the hitting? Because it's if it was hitting in a way where if a man did it, a penis man did it, or I was doing it, it would be
How
absurd.
hard is the hit?
It would not be super hard, but it would always be out of actual anger and not
Did
a
you
joke.
say, don't hit me?
Yes.
That's not good.
Yeah, I'd be because it would start when we would be arguing and it would be so it would build and then she would feel like she can't communicate. And then I'd be like, are you coming towards me to hit me? And then she'd be hitting my arm and be like, stop, bah, 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 bah. And I'd be like, you can't, this is crazy. But it didn't physically hurt, but the action of it basically means.
It doesn't matter if it hurt. I mean, it matters the intention behind it.
Exactly.
If you can't get out with your words what you're feeling and then you're phically hurting someone.
Right. And
that sucks.
And that's where I was like, okay.
That's why you're wearing so much makeup. Your face is full of bruises.
It was always only on my arm. But it sounds like such a.
It doesn't matter if it's on your arm or your left foot.
Exactly. And so I was, now that she's out of town, I was like, man, this relationship, that was so toxic for us. And we do still care about each other. But the whole thing is I was like, I got to get your shit out. Mm-hmm. So then she was emailing me this is really me. I was like, your things need to be out on a specific date. This is a date or I'm changing the locks. And then it was just a barrage of emails about that. And I was like, yeah, sometimes people say things you don't want to hear, but guess what? I've let you keep your shit in my apartment now for months.
This podcast has started out very serious.
Very serious.
You seem in a serious mood today.
Yeah. I'm bothered by all that stuff. And
you
then
should
also,
be. And also, this not
I'm
every
bothered by that. And
not
then
every
also,
episode has to be funny. Not every episode.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that.
We're saying that for ourselves, not for you guys.
Well, they're probably like, oh boy, really want to listen to Mateo and Emma, and they're just starting out real. But that's okay.
You know, it's also nice to hear. Like, I like listening to people's lives.
I do too. I think it's the insecure grazie. I think it's the insecure comic in me that feels like I have to be funny all the time. But I don't.
Do you feel that in your relationship?
No, I don't feel that in my relationship.
That's so important.
I have never felt this way with anybody in my entire life.
I'm so happy for you. And Mateo's bumped up his visit, so he's going to go do a visit.
I know.
With boyfriend, and you've told your family, like, I have a boyfriend.
I told my mom, and I told my cousin Megan.
And then did you show a picture of him?
I haven't.
He's gorgeous.
I know, and I tell my boyfriend
too.
This is
a good-looking man.
I told my boyfriend too.
Hunka.
I was like,
he's a hunk.
I was like, I don't want to like put. Well, eventually we'll take a picture together and stuff like that. But that's like,
oh my god, the internet would explode.
He also has a lot of followers, though. I mean, it's not
it's
not like me, but like also like I don't want like anyone to bother him. Not that anyone would bother him, but
right?
Like,
also, he's in another country.
Yeah,
but I know what you mean. You're feeling protective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel real protective over him.
He's a hunka burning.
He's also sweet and lets me be weird and stupid.
That's great.
That's the biggest thing.
Is he calm?
He's super calm.
I
He's
love
very
calm
and like a.
I crave a calm. My next relationship, the person has to be calm. I can't be with someone where I'm like, and they're like, no. It needs to be like one person's calmer and you need one chill and one more hectic to balance. Hectic can be exciting for the chill, but it's got to balance.
I've been wondering why I've been so emotional lately. For a good reason. I mean, I think like a wall broke, but like a good reason.
It's been like the past month where you've gotten...
Oh, crying at Folgers coffee commercials, just everything. But it's a good thing because I'm feeling again. But I was watching this thing. This is so horrible. I was watching this thing and like, what is love? The scientific reason behind it.
Did you Google that?
Of course. While I was washing dishes.
I Google things like that. I Google everything. You Google what is love?
Oh,
I love that.
Because I just love to know, like, what is physically happening
what is happening? So what is it?
Apparently,
besides pain.
And men, when they fall in love...
It's different for men?
Yeah, it's all different for men and women. Not different in the sense that, like, for example, women, when they fall in love, their testosterone raises, men's go down.
What?
So maybe that's why I'm being more emotional, because it allows me to be more vulnerable and allow that person's vulnerability. So like my brain is like caring for that person.
Interesting.
And something I forget serotonin. I forget the chemical that makes you nervous and anxious. That raises in your system, which is why I was like for a minute like super nervous and anxious all the time.
Also, something happens. I read about it like when you have sex, like when you have like an orgasm, like whatever chemical is released in that for women. Because I'm always like, oh, gender's so socially constructed, blah blah blah. But then you read things like this, and you're like, all right, well. This is interesting because there's biological stuff. But
there is biological stuff that happens.
It said in women when they orgasm, then there's something released that like creates an illusion. I just want to say illusion. I'm the jaded one over here.
No, I want to keep in mind.
Of closeness.
This is coming from Emma Willman, who thought urine was stored in men's testicles. True. So we can only take this with it. By the way, people really were upset with me. They were like, "Yes, Mateo, you can get your allergies tested with blood."
Oh, I know. Thanks for the
apologize.
Backup.
I apologize.
Thanks for the backup.
I thought it was a good comedy opportunity.
Yes,
but you're right.
Also, thank you so much for the people that got the kick out of the whitewater rafting. I actually literally...
Oh, you sent me that text the other day. I died.
I had a Tinder thing where someone said, what do you do for fun? And I was like, oh, here it goes again. And I used it. Let me tell you, it works like a goddamn charm.
Did you really say whitewater rafting?
Yeah, they said, what do you do? Because they said, well, first they said, what do you do for fun? And I tried being honest. I said, my work and personal life are totally intermixed, and I don't really have any hobbies. And she's like, no hobbies, nothing. You don't do anything for fun. I'm like, all right, bitch, you're putting my back against the wall. Whitewater rafting. You asked for it, lady.
I was just the third. This is the third episode we've talked of whitewater rafting.
It's what I got because it's like, what do I say my freaking interests are? But so we got to So it's been a minute since we've gotten to like catch everybody up on our relationship stuff. Mateo's been steady plotting along on his romance, and then I had date that turned into the worst.
Can we talk about this? And actually,
the worst.
Before
I've been talking about it on.
I want to say something.
Yeah, the Taylor Strecker show. I've been talking about.
What did I say when I saw
you said
the
she
situation?
was bad vibes. I just thought she was breathtakingly beautiful. I thought she was so beautiful.
Not say things we can't take back.
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
She's a very beautiful girl.
Very pretty. Something about her energy.
I felt something right away.
Yeah.
And I said, Emma,
I think that was Satan that you were feeling.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Okay, so this is what happened. all right. Okay, because I'm going to not get all worked up. When I went in the next morning and did morning radio after the date, and I was jazzed. Mm-hmm. So, okay, all right, to backtrack. Now, me and this person had met a little while ago. I thought she was really cute. Text message back and forth. We went out to eat at a restaurant. That was nice. And then after we went out to eat, I was like, let's get together again. I said, how's Monday? She said, Monday's great. I've got an appointment in the morning. I said, I'm flying in that morning. Let's get together later on. Great, great, fine. Mm-hmm. So then Friday, she is a hairdresser, so she was like, come get your haircut. Now, my main thing was, is she going to charge me for the haircut?
Which we talked about, and if I were her, I wouldn't have charged you, but I would say be prepared to bring money anyways.
No, of course. No, my thing was, I was assuming, of course, she would charge me. It just would be whether or not she charged the tip.
Okay, would you charge a girl to come watch you do comedy?
No.
Right.
Great point. But see, I was like, I'm not taking the free haircut. Especially because I was going in at primetime business hours. It was like a Friday afternoon. So
that's primetime business hours?
I think so.
I don't know.
Maybe not. But so I like go in. I had like extra cash. I was like, because I wanted like when I whip out to pay, I wanted to be like bling 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 because I'm a dirtbag. But on my way over there, this is where it starts to get. On my way over there, I was like, hey, you want a snack? She's like, yeah. I was like, you want like an apple or something or like a candy? She said, sure. So I go to the store and I get a bunch of apples.
How many?
10.
What?
But they weren't all for her. I was going to bring them home. I was doing a little grocery shopping. So I got her some apples, got some yogurt, got some pretzels, got some fruit tethers, and I got a bar.
You did too much.
Now, here was the thing. This wasn't all for her. I was going to hand her a couple apples, hand her a fruit tether, and the pretzels and be on our way. But when I walk in, then I get nervous. I go, I got you a snack. And then she goes, oh, and then she takes the bag, thinking all the snacks are for her.
I would too.
Right. And then I didn't have the like, oh, wait a minute, some of those snacks are mine. So I ended up giving this girl like 10 apples. So automatically I'm losing.
Emma, even for you, this is weird.
That was a party foul. Because then I was like, now she's really quiet and hard to read. So like, she makes me feel weird. I think I made her feel weird. So we do the haircut. It's very nice. Then we go next.
No. Don't skip over this.
Yeah.
How is she when you're getting the haircut? Does she talk to you or not talk to you?
We talk, but it's like the conversation's not
I know what you're trying to say.
The conversation's not free flowing. Mm-hmm. There we go. Mm-hmm. The conversation's not free flowing, but it's kind of like, it's like almost like we're like a little nervous around each other. Like that. So it's kind of cute.
You also walked in with a bag of apples.
She's probably scared for her life.
Listen.
Right. 10 apples.
Thank God she's probably thinking, thank God I have scissors in my hand.
And I had red apples. I had green apples. I was trying to show, look, I'm a considerate partner. This was what I was trying to prove.
I don't know. You find the weirdest ways to make yourself feel considerate. A red and a green apple.
And other flavors, too.
Just texting her if you want a snack. She should have said no to the snack, though.
You think she should have said no?
I wouldn't have said... I mean, do you want a snack? No.
Really?
Do I want a fucking snack? No. I mean, I think it's nice that you offered. I'm saying, if I was her,
if things went well, I would have brought her snacks again. That was like a plan. I was like going to be like, oh, I'll bring you more snacks.
You're going to be the snack lady?
Yeah.
What are you going to bring her next time? A pumpkin?
Oh, there's no next time. So then after...
You said that before, and then I saw you with her at our show.
Oh, no.
While I was dressed up like Liza Minnelli, and I thought...
No, she's not... She's not talking to me anymore. I was jazzed up being like, this bitch is mean. But then through the Taylor Strecker show and the listeners and stuff, I realized maybe I fucked up. So here's what happened.
All right.
So, but she was weird too. So this is what it was. So then, we have the haircut, and then afterwards we go next door and we have tea, and it's nice. And she's like, I told her, I was like, you're hard to read. So then when I was leaving, she's like, I know I'm hard to read, but I really want to kiss you later. I'm like, ooh, that's what I want. I want to kiss.
By the way, for the listeners, for some reason, this Emma has become...
I want to make out.
Determined to get a kiss from her. Just a kiss.
I want to make out.
You sound like Snow White.
I haven't had sex in so long. There's no intimacy in my life. I got an Asian body massage. That's a thing in New York. You go into these like places, and when the person was rubbing my back, I kind of like put my hand on their leg just for human contact.
Did you really do that?
I mean, I like grazed. It wasn't sexual, but it was like they were rubbing my back. It was 90 minutes, and I kind of patted. I went to the dermatologist the other day, and then while he was like expecting something, I put my arms on it, my hands on his shoulders, just for like, you know.
Do you need a hug?
We could do it later, but.
I mean, really, I'm telling you to get Temple Grandin's squeeze box.
But I haven't had.
Come on, you can get my squeeze box.
There's been no, I want to like make out. So so we do that, and then she's like, I want to kiss you later. I'm like, ooh. So I'm like, I got a show at this time and this time. And she's like, great, I will maybe come to a show. So I was like, all right. And then she says,
that was the show she came to, the one I saw you at?
No. So this was on Friday. She's like, I'll come to the show, maybe come to a show Friday. Then she's like, I'm going back to Brooklyn. So I was like, all right, look, maybe I'll meet you in Brooklyn. Just let me know. So she said, okay. So then then she's like, then I don't really hear from her. And she's like, text me when you're done with your show. So I texted her at 10 when I said I'd be done. She's like, I just got home. I'm going to bed. I'm like, oh, all right. So she said, how's Saturday? I said, Saturday's not good. She's like, yeah, I'm going to bed. But she seemed to have no recollection that we were maybe going to see each other before. Mm-hmm. That was weird. So I said, well, okay, if I won't see you Saturday, I guess I'll see you Monday. I'll just see you on Monday then. And she said, why? What's Monday? Our date! So then I was like, oh, okay, I'll talk to you later. Then I changed her name in my phone to Nope. And then...
Well, why didn't you just say we had a date planned Monday and see how she responds?
In retrospect, I should have said that. Yeah.
So you are a person who
also we
gets
have to keep
angry
in mind,
at
but this is me dating sober too. So when you
I can't imagine drunk if this is sober.
I was better because I was more chill. But when you're dating sober, also it's like you're supposed to wait a year. I've only been like not drinking again for like 50 days. So it's like
they make you wait a year.
You're supposed to.
That's unnecessary.
It is a long time, and I'm like I don't want to date. I just want to like make out with a motherfucker. You know.
All right, so go on. So far, I'm waiting to hear what she did wrong.
Well, she didn't really do anything wrong. This is the problem. This is why I'm not dating for a long time. Well, I mean, she just wasn't that interested or whatever it was. She was very standoffish. This is what it was, and I had a hard time reading the person. So I should have stayed with Boston Girl. But
don't even think you.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So then she was like, let's get together on Monday, and then she came. She was like, I'll meet up with you Monday. So she meets up, and I was like, do you want to go see I, Tonya or watch a show? So she said, let's watch a show. So we watch a show. That's where I ran into you.
I was dressed up in full geesh.
Yes.
I was Liza Minnelli.
He looked great. I didn't even recognize you for a split.
I was like Emma, and then you were like. It took you a second. You like kind of did that fake wave of like, I guess I'll just wave to this person because maybe. I mean, come on.
It was me a
like
second. Who else would it have been?
A mustache dressed up as Liza Minnelli, and listen, darling. I just wanted to say, I really had a fun time because we talked tonight about camel toe at the show, and I said that I'm the only woman who can have a camel toe in a full-length dress.
Mateo was doing this voice not on stage, like sitting from the stage with a mic. Killing. It was
so
funny.
Little spotlight would come on me when Sherrod Small's on stage.
I love Sherrod Small's such a nice guy.
He is.
He's really like he's totally grown on me. He's so great.
He allowed me to co-host with him as Liza.
I love it.
And every time Liza came back, the audience would laugh harder.
Right.
So at first they were confused. They were like, "What is going?
At first, yeah.
Why is Liza? This makes no sense." But then by the third time, when like he's talking, and I'll be like, "I remember one time I want to sing a song." And then the audience would look back and the little spotlight would come on, and then I just looked kind of like propped up, weird, half dead. I mean, people laugh.
Did you do
really
your
hard.
own makeup for that?
Monet Exchange. Follow
Okay,
her on
because it
Instagram.
looked good.
Yeah. She's like one of the world's greatest drag queens.
Okay.
Monet Exchange. She is a New York queen.
Yes, I started following her on Instagram after you talked about it.
Oh, she's amazing. Go follow her right now.
Yeah.
Monet, Monet, Exchange on Instagram. Did my makeup. And we went over, we played video games for a little bit. Then she did my makeup. We watched The View.
Cute.
Yeah.
I like The View. The View's fun.
I love The View.
It's a fun show.
Although, can I say... Wait, continue with this girl.
Oh, it's almost over. So then...
I'm waiting for like this sort of climactic...
So this is what so... I know, there's no climax. I'm going to have to like make something up. Well, then I
tell
killed
the truth.
chicken.
Always speak the truth.
So then we were at the show, and then we'd been at the show maybe like 40 minutes, not even. And I was going to be like, you want to go back to my place, like, and hang out for a little bit? Make out? Like we've been talking about, or like go do something.
You haven't kissed her at all throughout all this time.
She kissed me one time. Now I'm the one going in for the kiss, but she said that she likes to be the one that always does the kissing. So I'm like, all right, fine. Also, we had a little thing. We were talking once, and I was like, "Do you consider yourself more of a top or a bottom?" And she said, "In between." And I was like,
So she's verse.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm open to that. I'm like, I'm not really used to that, but like, okay, let's see what's up.
So we
were talking about a specific sex act, and I was like, now when you do that, are you
which act?
It's.
Really? Now we're going to get shy? After everything we've talked about on this show, now we're going to get shy?
Let me keep telling this story.
No, I want to know what sex act we were talking about. Look at you. You are getting... this clams you up.
Well,
You said you would want a
Mateo
man naked on a bed, and you'd scream, "I'm the man," with videos of you dressed up as a king, and somehow whatever sex
I would
act
be dressed as a king, and then there'd be videos of women touching themselves.
Fine, but what? And that's
just to get the fantasy crap.
that's
not even a fantasy I want.
Your fantasies require a budget.
Yes.
You know, I remember it's almost like your fantasies are like blank check, like you're that kid, but just like as an adult.
Well, something that I would really like is if I could just like hire. I would like to be able to hire someone to come over for an hour, but I would need to. I don't want
like a sex worker.
Yeah.
I need to know what sex act you're talking about, and then we can move on.
I feel. Okay.
Is this okay?
It's not. No, it's like
am
an
I
actual.
hashtag me doing it right now?
No.
Should I not be pressuring
this
you?
I'll tell you what it is. This is like a more like intimate sex act, but it's like one of my favorites. I'm going to tell you my way that I like to do it, right?
I'd love to know.
It's when I like with my ex. I used to tell her. I used to call it the wife position. Even I like it when the girl gets on their back and then spreads their legs or wraps their legs around me in some way, and then I get on top and like move on them without a strap on. So it's like moving, and if you do it in a certain way, so your clits are touching, then you can both like come from it.
So
and
is that like scissoring?
It is, but it's not. Your legs aren't an actual scissors.
So I know, but like that's like the South Park episode, like scissoring. Like I want a scissor.
I usually call it like moving on the person.
I'll
call it different things, but this girl
let's
brought
come
it up.
Let's come up with a name because moving on a person's not sexy.
I know it's not, but there's with different girlfriends we've like played around with different names on it. I mean, but. Yeah, it's fun, but she brought it up as something she liked to do with her ex. I'm like, oh, nice. Then we were on the phone. I was like,
so this is something multiple lesbians do?
Yeah, I think it's a thing.
All right, great.
So then I go, but I like it because like I'm on top and it feels like I'm like fucking them, and then I also like doing that with like strap-ons and stuff. That's been well documented.
Oh, as you're saying this, I'm writing a joke down. Sorry,
but
go on.
then I love it when my sex life inspires jokes.
It just reminded me that
no sex life. There's no sex life. Let's just be totally clear on that.
All right.
Yeah. So then she said that she likes to do that with her ex-girlfriend. So then I was like, so when you do that, are you usually in the top or the bottom in that situation? Because for me, it's like, oh, they would need to be the bottom, and that's it. I mean, I'm very open-minded.
Because you'd have to be really submissive to let a girl do that to you.
Get the fuck out of here. I was like, I mean, there's like literally, there's no way of that.
You would never do it.
Me on my back, and then my legs spread, and there's some girl move.
Giselle asks you to do it. I mean, I'm trying to think of like the most beautiful. Halle Berry asks you to do it. Like, who's like the most beautiful woman on earth?
Then I'd get the
Angelina Jolie.
Then I'd have to be able to get the fuck her any way I want afterwards.
Really? This is the stipulation? Really?
Yeah.
Halle Berry calls you. Emma, I'm a big fan, and I heard about the move, and I want you to try the move out with me. But
I'd have to be on my back with my legs spread out. Because I like really spreading the girls' legs out with it.
You should date a gymnast.
Yes, I love that. Many of them have done yoga in the past, back in the day when I was or the strippers. Fantastic spreading there.
You should date a yoga instructor.
I feel like, but back in the day, this is about 6 years ago when I used to be killing it.
Right.
Now the level of me not killing it is, I mean, I've got the level of me having no game.
There's something with you blocking you. I think it was a mental block. I think that you had a situation, your living situation, and when that ends, you're going to open you up.
Also, the last two people I've been with have been straight, and that was slightly traumatizing.
Yeah, you need to find someone who's... I
really like that. I think me and that Boston girl had amazing sex.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, I felt like that felt great.
Yeah, but there was a lack of communication.
Yeah, I mean, it was to be fair to Boston girl, she's coming in at a tough time. I'm still living with my like ex that's hitting me in the arm and not moving out. That's I have to maintain good graces with because
listen, I'm
of
also
the business.
I'm gonna say, if we're gonna be going by the rules of AA, and you say that you should be single for a year before you go for somebody, you should probably also be with someone who's sober.
Well, or someone that's in Al-Anon or something like that. I don't mind when someone drinks. That doesn't bother me at all.
No, but I mean, if they're smoking that much pot.
Oh, this was. Oh, yeah, with the Boston girl.
You're gonna listen. You already ran into issues with it, so you're gonna continue to run into issues with it.
So also because, so then with the girl when we were on the date Monday. So, or whatever the fuck it was. So we're there, and we'd only been there like 40 minutes, and then I was like, okay, let's leave after the next comedian. She goes, yeah, definitely. And then literally a minute later, she goes, I gotta go. And I was like, are you okay? And she looks at her phone, and she's like, no, I gotta go. And I was like, all right, one sec, like, let me walk you to the subway. And she was like, okay, I gotta go. And I was like, you have to go right now. She's like, yeah, I gotta go. And she was looking at her phone and then moving it down. I was like, she's like, my dog. I want to be like, did your dog just text you? Like, what the fuck? You mean, something was weird. Yeah. So we're walking up the stairs. And I was like, are you all right? Like, and she's like, no, yeah, I just gotta go. And I was like, oh, if I had known you only had such a short amount of time, like I would have had us like go somewhere quiet or like gone back to my place right away or something like that. And she's like, yeah, no, I just gotta go. And I was like, all right.
She wouldn't say anything. She just said she had to go.
She said that something with her dog needed a wee-wee pad. But I was like, no.
This is not that big of an... No.
It was like, all of a sudden, boom, gotta go. I gotta go. She probably got a text from her. Who fucking knows? Whatever it was weird.
Uh-huh.
So then she texted me later that night and was like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm in a weird headspace. Like, I apologize. And now my ex is staying with me. She knew I was going on the date. She helped me pick out an outfit. So
that is a weird relationship.
Just weird. So then I told my ex, I'm like, this girl texted me that she was in a weird headspace, and my ex was like, text her that like you're in a weird headspace too, and you guys can circle back down the road if you're in a better place. So I texted this girl that, and she's like, no, I don't want to circle back. I just meant I was in a weird headspace tonight. I should be able to have an off night. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even know you, so I don't know what on night is.
I don't know.
And
that doesn't make sense. So this is too early for any of this bullshit. Too early for this
back and forth, so I changed the name of my phone to Bad News.
She's not bad news. She's just someone who came out of a 3-year relationship.
Exactly.
And you are both in different headspaces.
We're both in not good headspaces for it. I can only take responsibility for my actions, and that I was like clearly not in a good space. Also, I'm under a lot of stress right now, so it's not a good time for me to be like casual fun dating.
No, I mean, you and I are both about to film a Netflix special.
Right. Crazy X premieres tonight.
How exciting is that? Oh, it premieres tonight?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Are you on it?
Yeah.
Emma, how do I watch
Crazy
this?
X doesn't premiere tonight. My character comes in tonight.
How do I watch this?
It's at 8:00 on the CW. I've got shows, so then I'm gonna watch it tomorrow at my friend's place.
Wait, I'm gonna watch it with you.
I'll see if she can. My friend is having a couch delivered, so I'm gonna hang out with her while she's doing that. I'll see if I can have other people over
I have a
too.
hair in my nose. I'm trying to get out. I think I got it. Sorry.
It's the show airs at 8:00 tonight. So, but you guys will be listening to this later. So it's 8 p.m. Fridays. It's I come in February 2nd.
I want to watch it.
And then I'm
tomorrow.
on the next 3 episodes.
That's so I want to watch it.
Including the season finale.
Can I watch it with you tomorrow?
Yeah, let me ask my friend Kate if I can.
That's so exciting. Are you not excited about it?
I'm pumped. And then I'm on Crashing this Sunday.
Oh, they took me out of Crashing. How much does that suck? They took me out of the show. I was doing a roast battle with Sam Morrell. So excited. I wrote all these jokes, and then...
And did they take him out, too?
Yeah.
Well, I got...
Well, they couldn't keep him making all these AIDS jokes, and then there's just no one there.
He's just saying it to a wall.
Right.
Like, where is the other person? I mean, getting cut from something is... I think that's, like, a big part of this business, but then it's also, like... You're scaling your problems. Like a couple years ago, I was like, I'm trying to get cast in something. Then it's like, okay, I'm casting something, but I got cut from it. Now
I got paid, so I'm fine.
Exactly.
And what am I not going to be seen doing a fake roast battle? Like, I mean, the show is so funny and awesome. Jamie Lee, by the way, is amazing.
Great. And she had to audition for that.
She did?
Yeah,
for her own role?
Mm-hmm, which is amazing because it's like, okay, so...
And she wrote on the show.
Jamie Lee is a comedian and actress. She writes in the show. In real life, she dated Pete Lee. And in real life, she dated Pete Holmes. My apologies. So in real life, she dated Pete Holmes. She writes on the show, but she still had to audition for the part of Pete Holmes' girlfriend on the show that she writes on. So good for her for, you can just never have any ego in the business. And
I know, but she's amazing.
Yeah.
They kept one of my jokes.
That's good.
One of my jokes. We had to write roast jokes against Pete Holmes. Well, we had to write for ourselves and everybody else. So I wrote jokes, and I'm not a roast joke writer, but I wrote about 20 jokes, and they kept some of them.
That's great.
They were good. I think Mike Lawrence wrote like 7,000. I mean, I'm not making a joke. Like it was like a biblical text of roast jokes.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, well, I don't know. 10's fine. I mean, how long is this episode?
10's
like, how many do you need? So I wrote that, but Mike's also a fucking genius, so that makes sense. And I'm just like,
if you could roast anybody in the world, who would you roast?
I don't like roasting.
Me neither.
So I wouldn't roast. You know what? I would have fun roasting like my friends, like Bob the drag queen. If we roasted each other, like
that would be fun.
And Bob is a brilliant roaster.
Being a drag queen lends itself to roasting. I don't.
Well, it's all a part of drag,
right?
It's called a read in drag.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called reading.
I can be mean, but that's not me roasting.
I'm much better off the cuff being mean than I am like Emma. I can't do that.
I'm mean in a way where it's like the person shouldn't hear it. Like it's like behind closed doors, where I'm like they're a loser and they're never gonna make it, and like they suck.
But that's not funny. That's just
it's not funny.
Being mean.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I have no interest in roasting. I had to judge a roast contest.
I did a roast battle once with Drew Michael.
Nice.
And right after
you roasted each other?
Yeah.
Drew Michael's a comedian. He's from Chicago. I think he's a genius.
Oh, he is.
Very good looking. Google him.
He's very sexy.
Straight man. Very attractive.
Everyone thinks he's mixed, but he's just a little Jewish boy.
Real physical prowess.
But him and I did a roast battle, and neither one of us liked it. I mean, we said horrible things about each other, but that we don't care about that. We were just like, I just don't like the energy, the back and forth, like how it goes.
It also feels so self-indulgent. I'm like, look, if people don't know who I am, then why are we gonna sit and watch like Inside Baseball, like roast jokes about it? Plus, I'm like, I don't know. Shout outs if you got, it can help people's careers, but I'm like, I got a lot going on. I don't really have time to like do jokes that I'm never gonna use again, says the person. Yeah, but people love doing it, and the roasts on Comedy Central were actually very, very funny. Should we do some questions? We've got a bunch of questions.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Emma and Mateo. Okay, but. Hi, my name is, not going to say it. I'm 26 and I identify, it's a guy though. I'm 26 and I identify as a bisexual. I've been in 2 long-term relationships, 1 4-year relationship with a girl and my current relationship 1 year with a guy. I ended the 4-year relationship with a girl because I thought I might like guys more than girls. Then I started dating a guy, and it feels the exact same. I'm happy and having a good time, but I don't think it's this love thing everyone is talking about. I feel you, buddy. I feel love for him, but I'm not obsessed. Totally. I feel love. I want to put a little asterisk there. There's been relationships I've been in where a friend has said, are you in love? And I say, I'm not in love, but I feel a love. And they go, you're not, that's not love. Mm-hmm. But do you know what I mean about I feel love?
Ask me right now.
Are you in love?
Insanely.
So in love. Like there was times where I was like in relationships where I really cared about the person and we would have great sex. So this means it was about 6 years. It was a while ago.
God, Emma, we really got to get you fucked.
No. I used to be like, this was like my thing. I was like, the only things I'm a sexual person. I'm good at like communicating with someone in a sexual capacity.
Do you think there's some internal battle happening?
I think that the past couple years I've been in bad relationships that weren't, but I used to be.
Well, you've been in bad relationships, but you also have said more than once that you're not sure about how to have lesbian sex or find lesbian relationships.
But I found plenty of partners that could play around without that, and it was great.
So what is this blockage?
I think it's just that I think that I was in relationships that were very like that were super hypersexual, and we didn't connect in other areas. So then, like the pendulum swung, and I was looking for people I could really talk to. That maybe, like in the case of one of them, who I was really in love with, my relationship 2 years ago, the person was straighter, and I loved her company, but we didn't connect sexually.
I think you need to find an emotionally stable lesbian.
Yeah, an
emotionally stable lesbian.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Go on with the question.
So then he says, I feel love for him, but I'm not obsessed. I've never been obsessed with anyone, actually. What am I doing wrong? And am I just wasting my time with this boy when I should be looking for true love? Mateo, let's get married. Emma, I think you're the man one.
I don't think you're doing anything wrong. Listen, it takes a long time.
And he's 26, so it's is he wasting his time?
I was in one relationship before that. I hate being like, I'll tell you, but
Mateo's the expert now.
No, not even close. But I put on glasses. I would say this. What I'm feeling right now, I've never felt before, and it is really scary because there's so many, there's so many different elements to this that I'm really unsure about, that I'm really nervous about because of our living situation, and I'm just anxious, and I don't want to lose this person. Like I'm just like really obsessed with like this. Really, I just love him so much.
And you don't want the feeling to go away.
You don't want the feeling to go away.
When you experience something as magical as love,
right?
Then you don't want that to disappear.
So I've never had this before. My first boyfriend started what I thought was love, but it wasn't a good relationship. And so I think it was more of a codependent thing. Like it was more of an emotional, bad relationship. And so there was this feeling of back and forth where I felt like I needed to be. It was a weird relationship. So he's 26, he's young. If you're not if it's a year with this guy, you're not head over heels for him still, you can break up with him and continue dating, or at least communicate that to that person.
And also, you got to see where they're at, because it is not fair if the person, because there was a couple times I was in relationships where I remember there was one person, we were together a year, and I was like, okay, she's all right. But she was like, if you don't love me the way I love you, end it now because it's not fair to me. She said that.
She said that?
Yeah, and I was like, ooh. I was like, no, I love you like you love me. And then when I tried to break up with her, that did not go well.
Of course it didn't.
Because I waited another 6 months, and she was like, why didn't you break up with me then if you didn't feel the same way I was?
Well, that's why I always try and tell people, because I used to be struggling. But you know what? Me and that person had
great sex.
I actually was in love once with my ex-husband, and he's the one when I divorced him, he gave me $1,000 loan. I think If you're not madly in love with this guy, but it works well, just at least communicate that.
Now, what do you think this means?
To him.
I feel love for him, but I'm not obsessed. I've never been obsessed with anyone, actually, because sometimes you can
Maybe you don't have to be. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
love has to be the same. What I'm feeling now is not something that everyone else has to feel.
Right. And obsessed, like there was a time I've dated people where it was like in the beginning I felt like excitement and infatuation. Now I wouldn't even want to feel that because I'm like, okay, that's not, that doesn't usually play
And
out
sometimes
well.
things work in weird ways. Like this guy that forever, on and off forever, we were like trying, it didn't work, didn't talk, then back together, then this, then that, da-da-da. But now we're just friends. We were texting about RuPaul's Drag Race last night. I'm like, oh, this is just what it was meant to be.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be complicated.
It shouldn't feel complicated. It's complicated with Meryl Streep.
Right, exactly.
I hope we answered the question. Did we answer the question?
With that kind of question, I think there's not like a definitive right or wrong answer. It's just like
I'm out.
Is the person wasting their time? Tough to say. Seems like you want something more, though.
It sounds like you're still searching.
Sounds like you're still searching, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And then, if we're both still searching in the next, I'd say 25 years, then call me and we can figure something out. I'm making deals now with other single people.
I'm an old man ripping out hairs from my nose.
Oh, Mateo's yanking them.
Is that gross?
But they don't need to know that? No, I don't give a shit.
I know,
These
but
guys
like,
don't need to know
that's
for
the
all
age
they-
I've gotten to. It's like, I go like this, Emma, I can feel hairs
You need to get a buzzer.
sticking from my nose. In my nose?
Yeah, you put it right after. Pop. Bzzz.
Okay, question for the audience. Is
Yeah.
it bad to wax your nose hairs? I heard it was bad, like you can get sick.
I feel like that sounds very painful.
Oh, I'm sure it is painful.
Because
they hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you waxed anything before?
My legs once in Italy.
Woo!
My cousin Giovanni was like, because the men there shave and wax their legs, like, it'll feel bad to wax your leg. So I did, and woo!
Oh, God. I couldn't even. That's how. Yes, someone wrote in and asked how you were hitting those high notes.
Oh, I have a whistle tone.
He can tap into the memory of getting his legs waxed and then just.
Yeah. I have a exactly 6-octave vocal range. Boom.
Has Mariah Carey done anything in the past 2 weeks?
She is looking great. She showed up to like a brunch Grammy party and hung out with Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Nice.
She looks amazing.
Love it. Good.
How does she sound? We don't know. But she looks incredible.
Okay, so this is question from Las Vegas.
Okay. Uh-oh. Is this the Magic Mike guy coming back to me? Fuck.
I belong to a really nice gym and go regularly. One day I was scrolling through porn blogs on Tumblr, my man, and came across a whole blog devoted to secretive locker room pictures of guys at my gym. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
It's a very distinct locker room, and I recognize some of the guys that that have been posted, so I know it's my gym. I don't have an amazing body or anything, but I'm terrified by the idea that I may secretly be put up on this blog. Absolutely, 100%.
That's so
totally.
fucked up.
I would complain to the gym, but I don't want to have to email this weird porn blog to the customer service people.
No, go to the gym and tell them right away.
I would transfer gyms, but I love where I go, and I feel like this sort of thing happens all over. The only alternative I can think of is not changing showering at the gym, but there's always been secretive pictures of guys out on the benches. Damn! Doing stretches.
Tell them.
Am I being overly sensitive? No! Not at all. Make
That's
an email.
a violation.
Yeah. We are so desensitized to like what's appropriate and inappropriate in like porn culture. I get it, buddy. You look at a lot of porn, you're like, I'm overreacting.
No! That puts a knot in my... Well,
Yeah.
never mind.
Violation,
I'm literally
violation.
naked. I actually don't care if any naked photo of me gets out because I'm naked. But that's for me.
That's from you taking the picture. What if it's an uncomplimentary picture?
Oh, I would want it. I would want it edited.
Also, make a fake email address and say you've become a...
say it's you and sit down with the manager and say it. Say it to them.
What if the gym is doing it?
First
too?
of all,
what if it's someone that works at the gym?
It probably is somebody who works at the gym.
Somebody needs to go.
Because someone who's going to have
free
access
membership.
to the gym. Number one, you sit down, you talk to them. Mm-hmm. That's number one. And you tell you sit down with 2 employees so that you're not talking to the guy who's doing it so you don't, nothing gets done. You sit down with, I'm so Italian.
Yeah.
Sit down with 2 employees and listen, everyone jacks off. Everyone masturbates. Everyone does it. You're looking at porn. No big deal.
Right.
Everybody does it. We all do it.
Yes.
You sit down, you talk to them.
Yeah.
That's a violation.
Yeah, because anytime something's happening without someone knowing it's happening, I mean, that would creep me out to the fullest extent of creep out. That's crazy. You got to say something. You owe it to yourself and other motherfuckers.
Why is he asking us this question? How bizarre.
Because he's probably looking for he's trying to see if he's being too sensitive.
I'm not saying that in a bad way.
sometimes.
I just think it's shock that I love it.
Because sometimes, like, you know, I mean, I do it all the time where I'll ask something and it's like, yeah, that's clearly the answer. You're just like, okay, I just needed to hear it.
Right.
Oh, good. This is someone who wrote in before and they're giving us an update.
Oh, work.
I took y'all's advice and I can say it went too well, but at least I misread that.
Uh-oh.
I took y'all's advice and I can't say it went too well.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
What did we say?
I don't know. Wait. Yeah, they're not referencing what the question was that we answered, but I took y'all's advice and I can't say it went too well, but at least I got this terrible weight off my chest.
Good.
It happened one night after seeing Call Me By Your Name with some friends who also heard the podcast, and everyone was pretty much behind me on telling him how I feel, so I don't end up broken, alone, and crying into the fireplace. Man, you got to tell us what the advice, the original question was.
Remember what happened.
All right, maybe we'll piece it together through the rest of this. Okay. So I spilled my guts to him, and I'm guessing it was someone, should they say how they feel.
Right.
So I spilled my guts to him, and all I got was silence. And the silence was continued for weeks now. Ugh. We've said a few things to each other over Messenger at work about work-related things, and he acts like everything is okay. Mm-hmm. I remember this. It was the guy that liked somebody at his job, and he was trying to say, should I say something? And the guy wasn't, like, out, or he didn't know his sexuality.
Oh.
So he said he liked the guy, and now the guy's been silent. Okay. But we haven't talked over the phone or text. Oh, no. That was someone else. This is the friend that he talked to all the time, I think, that was getting married. But we haven't talked over the phone or text in over 3 weeks as friends. That's a new record for us. I've gone from feeling relieved and free to incredibly sad and depressed that I basically pushed someone away. You didn't push him away.
You didn't push him away
by saying how you feel.
There's also nothing wrong with saying how you feel. How they react is under their own terms.
Right.
And listen, just because they feel this way right now, and just because you feel this way right now, doesn't mean that that's how it's going to be in the future.
Exactly.
Relationships go into different areas and evolve. Mm-hmm. And you may be in a strange space right now because you were vulnerable with him about something that you weren't vulnerable about before. Especially
when there's sexuality at play too, because say he actually is really straight, then he's like, okay, I wasn't aware that I was creating those feelings in you. Or if it sounds like there was, if he isn't totally straight and he also had romantic feelings for you, then maybe he's like scared.
Not everyone is comfortable speaking of it. Not everyone is comfortable being open and talking about their sexuality in a way that is, you're able to have a dialogue about it. Not everyone is able to do that. We are able to do that because we're so lucky also,
and we live in New York.
And we live in New York.
And, like, I don't take that for granted for one
today
second.
I was furious because it was cold and windy. But I would say...
I complain about New York, but sexuality stuff,
I know.
Where it's like...
We'll keep reading. Let's see what he says.
Yeah.
We're like going on and on, but we're like, we didn't finish.
So now he feels incredibly sad and depressed. Was this a good idea? I like to think it was good for my mental health, but sometimes I just don't know. I miss my friend. Anyways, I really do appreciate the advice and hope that this will all blow over someday.
I think I have advice. I think it's good that you should always speak it. And I think it's better that he spoke it, got it off his chest, and then maybe that will take him to that step and that place where he realizes that, this is just a friendship. And then he can also, because if he didn't say it, and he was feeling all these things, he didn't say it, he wouldn't have allowed himself to heal. And also, so this is a healing process.
A healing process, and also it's like, what would the end result been if you hadn't said anything? And it sounds like no matter what it was for him, what it was for you was more than just a friendship. It would have prevented you from meeting somebody else. Like the same way me still letting my ex-girlfriend live and keep her stuff at my place, it's kind of prevented me from having intimacy in other areas because it's like you're getting some sense of some totally bad comparison because it sounds like this was like a great friendship, but it's like when you have these blocks, it's preventing you from being open to someone who could come into your life. In this instance, it sounds like you were probably getting that space and support filled from him. Then you're not going to be, open to someone else coming in. So I don't think that this is the end. No, especially if you guys were talking on the phone 3 hours. He misses you too.
Yeah, he misses you too. And maybe in a couple weeks you can text him and just say, you know what? I just want to say and never apologize. But say if I said what I said, it made it awkward. I hope that we can move past it. And regardless of what was said, your friendship means a lot to me, and I would still love to just be friends. I hope we can get back there.
And I want to throw this out there. I think that if he is being this silent and weird, I just hit the microphone. I think if he is being this silent and weird, it means he probably did have romantic feelings too.
You think so? Well, see, don't say that because we don't want to put ideas into his head and get him back into the place that he was.
Well,
where he's questioning and wondering and questioning.
It sounds like he's not in a place for anything, and but the thing is, like, if someone came to me, like, if all of a sudden Mateo was like, I have a crush on you, I'd be like, I'm like.
Well, like, you would say, I'm flattered. Good for you. Go on, Mateo.
Yeah, I really would. I'd be like, I am. So I wouldn't be like, we can't talk for 3 weeks.
Well, I don't think that this guy's like, I'm not going to, the 3 weeks is I think whatever the situation, he's obviously uncomfortable because he didn't realize that he may just not be as vulnerable as this person.
Right.
So that's okay. Not everyone's the same. So
right.
I would give them all the space that they need. I do not think it's the end of their friendship. I think that they just probably have to process it differently than you imagined.
Right. I totally think you did the right thing to saying something.
And don't be disappointed because he didn't return those feelings. You did something that was good for you.
Noble.
You should walk away. First of all, they should be complimented. It's a compliment that someone finds them attractive. Anyone who says that they're attractive, that's a compliment. Mm-hmm. Number two, you did something good for yourself where you said, I have these feelings and I'm not ashamed to express them, and you express them. That's going to help you in the future. You should always be an open book, always be okay with your feelings. Your feelings should be validated by yourself and never feel like, oh, I shouldn't express this because I'm embarrassed or whatever have you.
Right. And especially if it's something you thought about a bunch too. It wasn't just like some like
impulsive.
This isn't
it's not some willy-nilly thing.
Exactly. Not an impulsive thing. We're actually getting to the end of our time. I'm saying that because here we go. Let's do one more. Okay. We got a bunch of stuff about the allergy test, which, I appreciate. Okay. A friend of mine recommended the podcast. Thank you so much. And then, this is a series of questions, so we're not going to get to all of them. Mateo, I love the way you style your hair and was wondering what you tell the barber to get your haircut looking like that. I feel like whenever I go to the barber, I always struggle to let them know how exactly I want it. Well, let me tell you, first off, don't bring them snacks. Although she did give me a great haircut. Mm-hmm. But yeah, don't recommend snacks.
So my hair is my biggest insecurity because I feel like I'm starting to lose it.
Really?
Uh-huh. So I have like a really big widow's peak. So what I do is I go see this guy named Arthur, and we cut my hair so that I can style it sort of being pushed forward.
Where are you losing it?
In the back, it's starting to thin. So, my goal is to like make $1 million so I can get that surgery because I want my forehead to start like an inch above my eyebrows. Mm. And that's also why I'm trying to think of like writing jokes because like I really hate the wind because the wind just like my hair is coiffed and styled so that it really doesn't look like it's. I mean, I'm not like losing it, but it's starting.
Are you taking vitamins and stuff?
Yeah, vitamin D and biotin. Those are like the vitamins. That's the stuff you're supposed to take for your hair. I mean, listen, I'm a 31-year-old male. This happens. So
what do you say to the barber?
To the barber, I mean, I would, for me, I'm literally I'm also this is going to sound I'm an artist and I know how to like compose like the haircut to fit my head to look the right way. So, and every picture I post is obviously like it's like the 100th picture I've taken.
Right.
To make
These
sure
are
that
not
it's
first
the right
takes,
angle.
guys. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. But my hair is my biggest insecurity. It's really curly and fine, and I have a really big widow's peak, and so I have to like blow dry it and straighten it and put like a bunch of pomade in it, and it never really quite looks the way I want it to look. So I'm complimented that they like my hair, but I promise you it's all smoke and mirrors. I'm really insecure about it to the point
so
where
interesting.
Even my boyfriend, like the main thing I'm worried about going to Spain for is like, oh, is he going to notice that I'm like losing my hair in the back?
I can guarantee that would not be a problem for him. If
I
he
hope
loves
not.
you.
I mean, he even said
that's part of what love is.
He said, he goes, I notice I don't touch your hair. And I was like, yeah.
Because you're probably ducking and weaving your head.
Yeah.
Away from.
And then I was like, yeah, I've said to him, I'm like, I mean, I have no qualms about, is that the right word? I have no issue with speaking my insecurity. So I said, that's a big insecurity. I feel like I'm losing it. So
here's the thing with love too. Like I remember when I think I've really been in love like 2 times. And one of the times I was in love, I was like, it was this girl in college. She was really beautiful. We were together for 2 years, but she could have gained like 500 pounds. She could have been in like a wheelchair. I would have been so still into it. Like into it.
Are you just saying that because I gained 500 pounds and I'm in a wheelchair?
No, I would.
That's really
I really was like, I would. The only reason that it would be a problem for me if she like all of a sudden became super unattractive was because she'd be so intolerable because she'd be so pissed about it. But I was like, I'd still be attracted to you. I actually remember saying, I was like, as long as you can still, spread your legs and I can still do this. Then I remember I'm a romantic.
I think the reason I go to the gym so much is because I am compensating for my insecurity about my hair.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like being really vulnerable right now.
Well, so he hit a chord, but your hair looks so. See, it looks great.
It looks okay.
He likes
looks fine. I'm hair envious.
Literally
and I believe
says, Mateo, I love the way you style your hair.
I think straight men don't deserve good hair or nice asses.
Who knows? I'm guessing this guy's not straight.
Probably not
No.
if he's noticing my hair.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just saying as a joke.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my thing. So maybe people can identify with this.
Question number 2. What genre of movies... I want to just note that I just started saying genre, right? I used to say genre.
Mm-hmm.
What genre of movies do you both go to when you're on a movie date? And what genre for when you're just having me time? Ooh, I got an answer for this.
I don't watch a lot of movies. I do not even really like sitting down. The last thing I want to do with a date is a movie. The first thing I want to do is just sit and talk anywhere. Coffee shop, diner
Agreed.
at 4 o'clock. You know my favorite thing in the world? Diner at 4 a.m. with some good friends.
Yeah, of
A
course.
diner at 4 a.m. with some good friends.
Of course.
That is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
New York City, late at night.
Yep.
Give me some pierogies. Let's sit and talk.
I used to do that in Maine, but we would go to, oh God, what was it called?
Steak
Denny's.
and shake. Oh my God, Denny's. Forget about
And we
it.
would drive like 40 minutes to do it and be like real fucked up.
But I love that.
Yes.
I see. I'm a creature of habit.
So you don't do movie dates?
Very rarely. I mean, the last movie date I went on was like 3 years ago with this really cute guy, and we saw what was that Pixar movie where like it was like the
I think
Emotions
a movie can
or
be a
something.
fun first date.
No,
Not first.
I don't like it at all. No.
Well, I'll do a movie date, especially if the girl mentions like a movie they want to see or something like that. I haven't been on a first movie date in a long time, but I like it because like, yeah, I like if it's a movie date, I probably have to bring the girl to something that seems like a smart artistic movie. But I like watching like Born Identity. I like action movies. I like stupid action movies that girl ones that I usually wouldn't like. Usually girl, like I like Tom Cruise and Matt Damon
If
and like
an
dumb
X-Men movie came out, I would go see that.
as a date.
You know what
See, I
movies
couldn't bring
really
a girl.
like?
No girl I would be with would want to go see X-Men. They're like, no, they want to see some like artistic French movie with subtitles. Fucking the kind of girls I usually like subtitle movies. Shoot me in the head.
Do you know what movies I really like?
I'm gonna start standing up for myself, and if I go on a first date, I'm like, I'm not going to subtitles with you unless I know that I actually like you, because I'm not sitting here and pretending I'm into this shit.
You need to text me your next date so I can help guide you
subtitle
through
movies.
this.
Get the fuck out of here.
You need to text
Nah,
me.
right.
I like how you're holding the mic like you're Mick Jagger.
Isn't a subtitle movie like?
No, I don't mind a subtitle movie. I think they're fine.
It's like, let's be honest. It's like me pretending I like really dark chocolate to sound smart. No,
I
don't.
love dark chocolate.
See, I like milk chocolate. There, I said it.
Oh,
it
you're
sounds
so
unsophisticated. See,
milk chocolate.
I like it.
Grow up.
I know, but see, on a date, I wouldn't say that.
You know what movies
I'd be
I
like,
really
I
love?
love dark chocolate.
I love Lord of the Rings. They're on Netflix, and they whisper throughout the whole movie. The whole movie is just a series of, and then what happened?
That would be
That's
a
the whole movie.
long first date movie.
Fine. But have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
I like a movie
But
date.
have you ever seen it?
No,
You've never
But I read
seen
the
Lord of the
books
Rings.
and I love the books.
Alex, have you read the books?
Yeah.
Alex, you've seen Lord of the Rings? You don't care for it at all?
Alex is our
I kind of
producer.
like it. Literally, this is the movie. Ready? And what all therefore it isn't for
That sounds like a good date because then you
The
can kind of
whole
like
movie.
whisper to the person. Oh my God, you want to hear this? I got a date movie story that was pretty funny. So I went on a date, but it was with a girlfriend, so it was different. But I also like movies because then it can show that I'll like take care of everything ahead of time because I'll like bring in snacks and get the tickets ahead of time
I mean,
and like leave the girl. You
love
know,
yourself a snack.
I like to show I'm a provider. You stupid
Oh my
bitch.
God.
But then, but I remember me and the girlfriend, we went to go see Baby Driver.
Really?
No, but check it out. She wanted to see it. So I got tickets, and like the only movie that we could make was at 9:00. And I noticed, I was like, the tickets are like $25 each. I wonder why they're so expensive. So we get in and we sit down, and it was in these seats
Oh,
that like
yes.
move and shake, and we didn't know it. So we sit down, and my ex is like super high strung, so we're sitting there, and she's on her phone because she's addicted to her phone anyway. And all of a sudden, the seats just starts like shaking, and like air is blowing on us, and she was like, I hate this. Popcorn goes everywhere. She's like, what is this? And Baby Driver is the worst movie to see in one of those because the whole movie is like you're in a car going all over the place. So we were both like gonna puke. So that was a bad movie date.
Yeah.
My answer for this is like the kind of movie date that I would go on would be something like fun and like romantic, I guess, that seems like smart. Or
I don't know.
intellectual.
Movies, I don't know. Go see a play. I saw a really bad play once with
See,
this guy.
Mateo's the girl one and I'm the boy one. That's what's happening right now.
But we laughed because
Go
it was
see
so
a play.
bad. It was
Right.
horrible. Afterwards, you can be like, God, that was embarrassing.
Right. I saw Book of Mormon. That was amazing.
When I believe.
But that's like a 10th date. You don't want to go Book of Mormon on a first date.
Well, we have to end this.
We got to end this. I'm going to tell the guy also, too, something I like watching on my own is I love watching, like, documentaries on, like, cults, serial killers, and drugs.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a good time.
Is this character good of me?
Beautiful.
I did it myself.
Very nice. Thank you guys so much for listening. We really appreciate it. I
love everyone here.
We have a show in the New York Podcast Festival in April. Do you know the date, Mateo?
Let me look. Hold on.
We can.
What's it called? Like the Good Comedy Theater?
That's a different one. We have something in Philly coming up too, but I guess we can just promote it on the next episode because it's not for a little while.
We have a minute to promote this.
Yeah, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be in got it. 4/8/18 New York Podfest. That's going to be in New York City, and it's a small venue, so definitely make sure you get tickets. It's at the Abrams Art Center, 466 Grand Street, Sunday at 9:45. Tickets are only $10.
I'm glad you know all this. I'm really happy.
And it only fits 70 people, so get tickets early.
Wow.
Yeah, April 8th, Sunday, 70
Tell
people.
your friends.
Tell your friends. Nice and intimate. Let's all find love, everybody.
I think I found it.
Mateo found it. So I was just talking. If you're a girl and you're listening to this and you think we might be a good fit, wear a pin. Wear a pin. Goodbye, guys. Thank you for listening.